Hi, I'm going to talk to you about how marijuana law is evolving in the state of Missouri and the states around us since the legalization of medical marijuana in the state of Missouri. I was reading through the Evolution magazine that's published in the state of Missouri that's for the cannabis industry, and there was an article featuring a guy named Larry Burgess. Larry Burgess was from Fredonia, Kansas, which is in Wilson County. The man had one cannabis plant, and somehow the police found out about it and raided his home with a whole team, guns drawn, pointed at him, confiscated and arrested him, and now he's facing 25 years in prison. Mr. Burgess received permission to move to Colorado to treat his seizure condition and thus consume cannabis legally. During the midst of his time in the trial in Colorado, in the midst of his trial in Kansas, he got COVID. Also, the Wilson County prosecutor got COVID. And he forwarded these documents on. Somehow the public defender did not get them to the court, and they revoked his permission to be in Colorado and ordered him to come back to Kansas to live with his seizures without medicine. There's a whole lot of underlying issues that happened of his defense attorney's husband became the prosecutor for the county. The defense attorney did not give the COVID results to the judge or the prosecutor at the time, and that's why they ordered him to come back. The man is videoed having seizure within 2 hours of being arrested because he doesn't have his medical cannabis. It's the only thing that ever worked. A new prosecutor came on the case. They've even upped the charges to even go for more. They've issued him a gag order to not be able to talk to the media, to anyone, to try to get help on his case. You know, I want to point out to you guys that many people that I've spoken with, even in the state of Missouri, they think that since marijuana law is changed and that we can now consume medical cannabis, that it's a free-for-all, that it's like Colorado or California. But I want to tell you it's not. There are going to be significant issues in the state of Missouri and the surrounding states with cannabis, medical or illegal, whichever. There's going to be a tremendous amount of issues coming up because the law has not caught up with the times. For example, this case with Larry Burgess, who is now living in Kansas, enduring his seizures, on probation, and facing up to life in prison for one plant. Now, the article doesn't have all the details. It's just highlighting some of the outrage. But the point is that many people I've spoken to in the state of Missouri think that, like I said, it's a free-for-all, like it's legal now. We can do whatever we want. But I want to let you know, as you can see, that is not the case. Mr. Burgess has been separated from his family. They're living in Colorado. He can't see them unless I guess they come here. And facing serious prison time over what now is legal in the state of Missouri. You know, I was watching a public forum debate after marijuana was legalized in November of 2018. And prior to DHSS implementing the rules on how the medical marijuana industry was going to be regulated, they held public forums for the citizens to come and give ideas. And one of the very valuable, poignant ideas was a lady who said, she was an African-American lady, and she said, I live across the bridge over there. And a lot of my family and friends, they're in prison for the same thing that these white men back there are getting ready to make a tremendous profit on. What are we going to do about my family and friends who are in prison for the same thing that those guys are lined up to make massive profits? That's a really good point. It's a tremendous point because we have people like Larry Burgess or any of the many, many incarcerated people for simply cannabis laws that have even been repealed, but they will not let the people out of jail. I'm here to caution you that make sure you follow the law to a T for medical cannabis. If you are going to consume it, if you're going to grow it, make sure you follow it to a T because it's unclear how things are going to work out. And by all indicators around us, it could be very harsh. If you'd like more useful legal tips like this, please tune into my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot for watching.